Listeners, diabetes is a chronic disease characterized by elevated levels of blood sugar in the body. We found out that 0.4% to 9% of the Uganda population is aware of this diabetic condition, with a notable increase over the past years. And 48% of this population is unaware of this diabetic condition.
To give you a life testimony, dear listeners,
in our school, we had a diabetic student who was undergoing insulin treatment to manage her condition. However much she had her drugs at school, she could get frequent attacks since she couldn't detect when her blood glucose level was high due to lack of a glucometer and a testing strip kit which she couldn't afford.
And this triggered her mind and motivated us to come up with the home glucose test kit to help her and other diabetic patients in the community monitor their blood sugar levels to prevent further health complications that might lead to loss of their lives.
The glucose in urine test is part of a urinalysis that helps detect the presence of glucose in urine, but also measures ketones in urine so as to prevent diabetic ketoacidosis, which is a complication of uncontrolled diabetes. The glucose in urine test targets mainly diabetic patients, since it helps them to monitor and maintain their blood glucose conditions without them having to visit the medical facility. It is unique in a way that it's helpful to patients with anxiety and pain caused by the needle, and when healthcare professionals cannot access a vein for carrying out the blood.
To bring to your attention, dear listeners, these are some of the components found inside the home glucose test kit. We have test tube, 2 calibrated droppers, one for urine and one for Benedict solution, and then a standard color chart. This is a standard color chart also containing the instruction manual that will help the patient carrying out the test, and then a pair of gloves.
The test procedure is collect urine in a bottle, but don't forget to wear your gloves to avoid contaminating the urine sample. Then add 1 ml, that is 5 drops of the urine sample into the test tube containing. Add 1 ml, that is 5 drops of the urine sample into a clean and dry test tube. Thereafter, add 2 ml, that is 10 drops of the Benedict solution into the test tube containing the urine sample and shake it vigorously so as to obtain the uniform mixture. Thereafter, heat the solution mixture in a water bath for 3 to 5 minutes. Thereafter, observe the color change of the solution in the test tube or precipitate formation are related to the standard color chart provided.
How much does each kit cost, and how often does the person have to buy it?
Okay, this home glucose test kit, it will sell it at 35,000 Ugandan shilling, but the revenue or the money that you use for producing it out is only 23 Ugandan shilling.
Okay, so you asked about how often someone needs to buy the test kit. You can buy the test kit only once, but the only thing you have to do is keep refilling the Benedict solution to carry out more tests.
What you have is extremely powerful. You have any plan to scale down the size of the product and how much will that cost if it's scaled down?
That, if we were to scale it down, we might reduce it by 5,000. That we will sell it at 30,000 Ugandan shilling, because we might a bit reduce the size of the box and we package it well. And we also to the customers that to buy, because in the home glucose test kit we put 1 test tube, but we'll give that person 1 extra test tube in let me say in case one breaks during the process of the test.
Allow me invite St. Mary's Girls Secondary School. Both of you are the winners of the stage.
I was really confident to the extent that I knew my school was going to be the best. If I'm to win the grand prize that is upcoming, of which I have faith in it, I'm going to improve on the business that we at St. Mary's came up with, and we're going to improve on the production.
At the appraisals, their progress spoke volumes.
When we went for the boost camp, the home glucose test became actually much more bigger. Because something that had been very difficult for someone to carry, we have actually improved on the branding and then the price, because of late during the boot camp we were selling the home glucose test kit at price of 35,000 Ugandan shilling, but we decided to reduce it at 15,000 Ugandan shilling since we wanted it to be something that every average Ugandan can afford.
Now, backed by deeper product knowledge and clearer impact, their solution stood for more than innovation. It stood for dignity, access, and healthier lives. Judges posed questions, and students speak to what they've improved on the product.
When you're giving out your entire sales pitch, you're explaining more of the products rather than the value you're offering. Right now, I'm captive audience. Means I'm here and I'm going to listen to you, regardless of how long.
Students and teachers everywhere, the time to shine is now and here. It's the battle of champions, battle of champions. Rising, innovate, come let's co-create. Time to change our fate at the battle of champions, Stanbic National Schools Championship.
In a hospital ward, every second counts. A delayed response, an unnoticed change, a small mistake can become a big emergency. From Mentor Secondary School comes a team of innovators determined to give medical professionals something priceless: control. Doctors and nurses do incredible work, but they can't be everywhere at once. And in busy wards, small changes in a patient's condition can be missed. Their solution is a patient monitoring system designed to support medical teams and improve patient safety.
So what the patient has to do
Yes.
is just to sit on the chair with the cannula already installed in this.
With a cannula.
Yeah.
Since it has a cannula, let me come.
But as an entrepreneur, you have to know the simple things about your business.
At the boot camp, Mentor innovators entered a different kind of operating theater, one for ideas. They were challenged to think beyond invention and into application. How reliable is it? How scalable? How practical for real hospitals?
10 deaths in all our hospitals are, first of all, one, due to negligence of health workers, and then also due to inefficiencies of our health workers.
When they first faced the judges, this wasn't just a pitch. It was a technical defense.
What problem are you solving exactly?
Our health workers in the health facilities, one, first of all, they are negligent, and then also they are inefficient. So a system like, for example, the drip shutter system, when the medicine being infused into the patient is over from the bottle, blood starts flowing back from the patient into the tube. But then our system, it stands there 24 hours just to wait when the water is off from the bottle. It shuts that down. Not just that, we also have this system over here. It automatically injects the patient in the absence of the health workers.
What do the customers say, the hospitals? What did they say when you had conversations with them?
Well, we have only tested the drip shutter system, and for weight testing in our school, of course, we had a good report from our nurse, and then also St. Mary's Magdalene School, where they also gave us a good report.
What did they say?
Well, they said when the water is off from the bottle, it auto shuts, like you say.
Okay, so that part they like. Do you have anyone who could be a customer?
Customer? No, we have not.
It's a bit fast.
Yes, it's still a prototype.
Yes, okay.
This is the most technical judging exchange of the series.
We have the northern region. Mentor SS, step forward. May you turn and face the champions at the back. And give them a mighty hand clap. Ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate Mentor SS and Company College.
When I'm getting the grand prize, first of all, I know it will help boost our business, because I know the grand prize will give us an opportunity to reach to customers in the entire country, because it will give us the exposure.
At the appraisals, their progress showed in the details.
From the time you're at the boot camp, what improvements have you made to your system?
We have actually reduced on the size as the number one improvement. Then also we increased on the functionalities. Previously, the other machine was to only serve one patient, but right now it can serve up to 4 patients on drip simultaneously. Yeah. As also the portability as well. also the phone call. And towards
Yes,
the
we couldn't do that, but we have to incorporate it to make a phone call as well when the breathing stops.
yes.
The system was clearer, the explanation sharper. What started as 3 separate ideas now worked together as one coordinated patient safety system.
I think there is one thing I'd like to maybe discuss with you as a team. You've seen that most of your sales are coming from the drip shutters, right? Maybe there's more demand for these. It's a smaller piece that you can keep modifying to get it better.
Before their final pitch, there was no noise, just focus. Because in healthcare and in innovation, preparation can mean the difference between success and failure.
In June 2023, the Ministry of Public Service released a statement saying that the staffing of the healthcare sector in Uganda is standing at approximately only 40% the recommended staffing. And with these statistics, it becomes clear to us that the health workers in the country are being overworked. So, in response, we had to come up with these devices, all for which whose aim is one, and that is these devices should reduce the workload of health workers in this country.
First, on our stall, we have a device we're calling the drip shutter. Patients in hospitals are usually monitored by health workers who are constantly running around to check on the patients whether the medicine is done from the bottle and manually shut the drip tap. But with the drip shutter, the medical worker only needs to set the machine to monitor the infusion process continuously until when the medicine gets down from the bottle, and our machine auto shuts the drip tap, hence reducing risk of blood flow from the patient back to the bottle. Secondly, we have a product we are calling the syringe gun. Why should a medical worker sit with a patient for over 15 minutes to inject a high-risk medicine like ceftriaxone, which when injected at once has risk like making the patient to vomit, feel dizzy, or even faint? With a syringe gun, the health worker only needs to draw the medicine in the syringe, load it in the machine, and our machine can perform the injection for the designated time at the correct pace and also safely. Thirdly, the major product is the PMS. By PMS, I mean the patient monitoring system. It's able to take temperature measurements, detect the heartbeat, monitor breath, and then can as well go ahead to notify the health worker about the condition of the patient in the previous ward.
How many patients have so far gotten medicine through your syringe gun?
Well, we have made 2 sales, and if I'm to put an approximation, I can say about 30.
Okay. Is this the final product that you sell?
Yes, this is the best we have for now.
I think my question is, what makes you the best team to build these products?
We are not working alone. We have a professional health worker who is having over 20 years experience in the health sector. And she's the one giving us guidance on how we are going to make all this perfect.
Have you looked at the solutions that are on the market to see how your solution compares to them?
We have heard of that device on the market, but ours right here, it not only alerts, it just shuts the drip tap automatically in the absence of the health worker. That's what it does.
The vital signs are a critical part of quality care in the hospitals. And you're literally cutting out quality care in favor of reducing workload. Liability.
To answer these queries, maybe in your allocation of the money, you would change scaling production to 18%, research and development 62% of the cash, because there is a high risk here of introducing negligence where it's completely unnecessary. The success of the product here is not in favor of the patient, and that's a problem for healthcare. But otherwise, very well done.
First of all, do you find yourself fit after that pitch?
Yeah. Yeah. Fit.
And my brother there?
Very.
Yeah.
Being bold is one thing to show that you have confidence in what you're doing.
Yes.
Is Mentor Secondary School your champion? Voting will be open from the
Students and teachers everywhere, the time to shine is now and here. It's the battle of champions, battle of champions. Rising, innovate, National Schools Championship.
For many communities, electricity isn't constant. Sometimes it's unreliable, sometimes it's expensive, sometimes it's not there at all. At Musana Vocational, innovation doesn't start on paper. It starts on the workbench. Without power, progress slows, businesses stall, learning stops, opportunities fade. So they asked a bold question. What if power didn't depend on electricity or fuel? Their solution is a self-charging AC power source designed to generate usable power without relying on electricity or fuel.
We have an MK independent power source.
Yes.
This one here.
Yes.
It produces AC electricity, but alternating electricity.
Great.
Due to the opposing forces of the magnets in between them,
Yes.
it causes the movement of the electrons within these copper coils.
Oh, wow.
Therefore, producing electricity.
At the boot camp, Musana's innovators were pushed to think beyond function.
I want you to have those terms in your head because as a business person, you will always be interacting with them every day during your transactions.
They refined their build, tested performance, and learned how to explain not just what it does, but why it matters.
I just got to know that most of the times customers want to know what is unique about your product.
Many pregnant women and more patients die during operations due to electricity shortage and electricity blackouts in hospitals.
Due to such problems, the MK has decided to come up with the MK independent power generators that can produce alternating current that is similar to this one.
When they faced the judges for the first time, the questions were direct.
So what's the size of the unit? Is that the size of the prototype?
This is just a prototype. As you see, we use our locally available materials, a box.
What was the actual size of the
Okay, I'll take an example of the usual generators, for example, in a house, the size of a real generator. But then, as for standby generators, we are going to use neodymium magnets because these produce a stronger magnetic field effective for charging batteries that are being used.
Then the last question is on how it generates its power. How does it work?
This generates its power due to the mechanism of magnetism, whereby the two magnets are facing like poles face each other, whereby they cause the electrons within the copper coils to accelerate, therefore producing electricity.
Allow me invite St. Mary's Girls Secondary School. Both of you are the winners of this stage.
We would like to invest the money into the business in order to expand it worldwide.
At the appraisals, performance mattered. The system was stronger, the explanation clearer. What began as a bold idea now stood as a working energy solution. We have the students speaking to improvements made and judges giving follow-up questions.
At first, it could run only bulbs, but by now it can run also charging phones, mobile phones. And also in terms of branding, at first we could not brand, but by now we are branding in that the customer can identify where the product is coming from and the business that's producing the product.
Before the final pitch, there were no speeches, just final checks. Because of Musana Vocational, innovation isn't about promises, it's about what works. They weren't just presenting a project, they were presenting a future where power is created, not waited for. We have them defending their product with the judges giving their feedback.
Judges, imagine running a business where blackouts steal your profits and power bills always affect your business. Businesses are drained due to frequent outages, unreliable grid, and high cost of energy. We are the Busai Magnetic Technologies with affordable self-chargeable power sources. Electricity Regulatory Authority of current reports indicates that high costs have been imposed onto businesses where commercial users pay above 546 shillings per kilowatt per hour, while manufacturers pay up to 610 shillings per unit. So we came up with these products to just replace that loss that has been made by these people. So these are our products as the Busai Magnetic Technologies, the MK magnetic power sources. These are reliable and affordable. Why? They use only magnetism to produce electricity. We make our cells directly through residential and commercial cells, where the MK light source here are 75,000 shillings, but we use 32,000 shillings to produce them, while the MK independent power source is at 150,000 shillings, which costs us 52,000 shillings to produce. Our profit margins are 57.33% and 65.33% respectively. So our break even would be approximately 1 unit per type a month. If we win this competition, we are going to spend 5 million upgrading our tools and products and technology through making engines as our target plan that can power vehicles and also generators that can power houses with all appliances that are being used with this usual electricity plus companies.
My first question is on the power source. Where does the power come from? Because you're outputting power, so where does the power come from?
It doesn't contain batteries, it contains only magnets. Therefore, it produces its power from the mechanism of magnets.
And if you're going to increase the output of the product, what component do you change?
You just increase on the number of magnets.
As well
Increase on
as
the number of magnets.
yes.
Okay.
As well as at first, okay, we've been using the ferrite magnets, but we discovered that they are not as powerful as the neodymium magnets. So we chose to use the neodymium magnets since they produce a stronger magnetic field that can be used to output a lot of current.
It says here that your most impactful investment has been on branding. Why did you choose to spend more on your marketing rather than research and development and certifying your product?
Well, it's because at first, before we had made the society aware of our business and our products, our fourth customer was arrested in thought of it being an explosive. So we had to first register our business and create more awareness to the society that this is a safe product that isn't an explosive and is reliable.
You said you need to sell one product to break even.
Yes.
Correct? Which one, how much do you need to break even?
In order to break even, okay, like our profits of the MK light source, this one, it is around 28,000 shillings, sorry, 43,000 shillings, where our profit margin is 57.33. So our break-even point per month is producing 1 unit.
1 unit which you sell at how much?
At 75,000.
75,000 shillings.
Yes.
And who assembles the product?
The technicians.
The technicians.
Yes.
What do you spend to make the product?
We spend 32,000 shillings on the materials.
On the materials.
And also the branding.
And the branding.
Yes.
And then the delivery, how does it go to the market?
Well, as for now, we've been doing producer to consumer. So during holidays, we are the ones who have been delivering to our customers directly.
And you don't pay rent because you use school premises?
Yes, we haven't yet established our own business site outside of school.
And when you use those premises, you use electricity. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I would revise the costs and assume that you're not renting a free space, because I think your understanding of this break even could be quite off, which means that you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's energy. Let's ramp it up a little bit. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me address the young Ugandans in the room. I know you have a lot of energy. Feel free to clock it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Would like to welcome you all to what we are calling a school assembly, which is our launch of season 11 of the Stanbic National Schools Championship. We have onboarded a special person to run this assembly. Put your hands together for our director, Teacher Mpamire.
All right. Yes, how are you, class? Are you ready for class? Head boy, how are you? Sit properly, this is a class. You know, it is always good to sit properly in what? When you sit properly, you avoid germination. Germi what? Clap for the head boy. Where is the Askari? School Askari, where are you? Askari must be black. Askari is here. Yes, Askari, stand up for recognition. Compound prefect. Who looks like a compound prefect? You are Reverend. Oh, Director of Studies, nice to meet you, sir. Our dear parents, we are happy to see you. Are you ready for class? Are you ready for class? Backup benchers, are you ready for class? Welcome. Wati? My name is Teacher Mpamire. Teacher Wati? Yes, now we are going for the assembly, and as usual, let's start with the anthem. We are younger women, Uganda.
We stand up for
education and dancing. Till fall. Oh, slave. In America. King Day. Day and working sugar. And when I was in America. You can have a seat. Thank you so much. We are very happy and we thank God who has brought us here. Who has brought us where? You know, we are living in a wonderful world, a wonderful what? But we are also living in a confused what? Where we do not know who is the confused and the confusee. Confused and the what? Ask your neighbor, are you the confuser or the confusee? Are you the confuser or confused? But we thank God who has brought us here because life is very important. Life is very what? Life is very important that without it, you would be dead. You would be what? Ask your neighbor, are you dead or alive? Are you dead or what? If your neighbor is still alive, clap for that neighbor once again. Right now, allow me to invite our dear head girl, Diana, to address the assembly. Thank you so much.
A big round of applause for Teacher Mpamire. I'm going to disturb you a little bit and request that we stand up for the anthem. Sound team.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand. United, free for liberty, together we'll always stand. Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tulinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Let's remain upstanding for our word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the gift of life. We commit everyone in this room into your hands. We commit this event into your hands, that every outcome may be to the glory of your name. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Thank you very much. We may take our seats. Good morning once again. There's energy. Is it because it's a Monday morning? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. My name is Diana Ondoga. At Stanbic, I serve in the role of Manager Corporate Social Investment, and that is a space where the bank is intentionally contributing to Uganda's social environmental development. I'm going to start with a quote that is attributed to Albert Einstein. It says, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, that is insanity. And that's why, as part of the Stanbic National Schools Championship, we did something different this year. Previously, when we'd put out the call for applications, schools would apply, and then we would select a few, and in a physical session, we would take the patron teachers through the expectations. This year, we changed that process, and we conducted that milestone digitally. For every school that applied, they received an innovation challenge. And the teachers worked with their learners, resubmitted that innovation challenge, and that was the criteria for selecting the 200 schools that are making it to the next step of the Stanbic National Schools Championship. Some of you in the room are going to make it. We're going to find out at the end of the event. Allow me to recognize the presence of our guest, Ms. Allen Kajina, who's the chairperson of the Technical and Vocational Education in the Ministry of Education. That's a mouthful. You're most welcome. We have our executive head of business and commercial banking. When your business ideas are ready to be banked, that is the first place in the bank your accounts will land. Mr. Tunde Thorpe. We have our head of commercial, Melissa Nyakwera. Gayaza Girls, she's your OG, by the way. So before you leave, make sure you have a word with her. We also have our head of marketing. She's out, but we have colleagues from marketing, if you could all stand up. Colleagues from Stanbic marketing team. Thank you very much. We also have some partners that we've worked with in the past and in the future. I request that you stand up. We have iLead, we have World Robotics, we have STEM, that's what I'll call you. Please stand up for recognition. We have Hashim over there. You're welcome. We also have alumni, former participants in the Stanbic National Schools Championship. Today, they are serving as our ushers. If you could just wave at our guests. We have members of the August House, and we also have our implementing partner, StartHub Africa. If you could wave. We have Troy Media. If you could wave. And then we also have WMC and Metropolitan, who are our media partners. My role this morning is to welcome you. We look forward to a reveal of the 200 schools that are making it to the bootcamp. But I'll share some 3, I don't want to call them fun facts, serious facts about what National Schools Championship is doing in our country. There is a school in Alebtong. 2 years ago, they had shortages in water supply. When they came number 2 in the Stanbic National Schools Championship, they used the resources to increase water flow. Previously, they accessed water at particular days of particular hours of the day. Once they adjusted, added a solar system and a pump, the school tripled their water access, and it not only benefits the school, but also the community around them. That's just one. The second one, as part of the Stanbic National Schools Championship, we have a scholarship program at Uganda Christian University. There is a girl from a village in the eastern region who was the first to make it to university, courtesy of that scholarship. So that's the second fact. A third fact, I'll talk about a girl who won. She participated in the Stanbic National Schools Championship. Her school won. She went through the scholarship at UCU, and then we invited her to speak to young Ugandans at the boot camp. On that panel was also a board member of Stanbic Bank. As we speak, she works in his company. So that is the impact that the Stanbic National Schools Championship continues to deliver. And with the 11th season, we cannot wait to see what lies ahead. With that, I'd like to formally welcome you to this event. Last year, the winners were Sumaya Girls High School, and they usually like that we add Nsanji for emphasis. Congratulations. They innovated a home testing kit for UTIs, and in January, they took a trip down south, like they say, to go and visit the head office of Standard Bank Group. Now, they are present in the room, and we would like to see a video of their trip. Media team, are you ready with that video? If you could just look at the screen.
I'm super excited and still a little bit nervous for the trip. I look forward to experiencing, having fun, and testing different meals.
I expect a lot, and I'm sure my guys also expect great moments, fun, but also productive engagements with the people in South Africa, especially those at Standard Bank Group. And we also expect, of course, to enjoy and have a very exciting trip.
Got what I expected. I enjoyed. I toured around. I've got to understand how Standard Bank came up to be. I want to thank every person who has supported us. I want to thank Stanbic Bank Uganda. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank my colleagues. I want to thank God for everything.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of studying and enjoyment. We got to learn about the history of the Soweto, that's apartheid policy and so on. We got to have pictures with some of the movie stars in the movie called Sarafina. So it was just everything for me.
My most memorable moment was Wednesday when we went to Soweto, and I must say, whilst we were putting up in Johannesburg at Southern Sun, but then we didn't do life like we did in Soweto.
I would like to thank Stanbic Bank for funding us to South Africa, because I don't think that I would have been there if it wasn't for them. And I pray to God to bless them more, to fund the ones that are coming after us better than us.
As the very main organization, I've always promised a number of things, but then seeing Stanbic Bank fulfilling once a dream that had been promised to us whilst we had won the championship is something that we cannot take for granted, and we are more than happy. We pray that to bigger things, to greater heights, even in the coming seasons.
Thank you. This morning we have Walda and Jemima, and we're going to invite them to say a few words to us. Our winners are in the house. Are they going to take that? National championship again? Or is it one of your schools? Wilder, Jemima, kindly make it to the stage. A big round of applause to them, ladies and gentlemen. Should we clock it for them so they can dance for us?
Good morning to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow students, honorable guests, it's a pleasure to stand before you and share my experience about my journey to South Africa that was awarded to me by Bank Uganda. Thank you. It was not generally a trip or an award. This was an opportunity that I went to South Africa. And as well, a blessing in disguise that I went to Kenya for some hours without me paying. And none of us knew that it would happen, but we went there and visited Kenya. So I got an opportunity to have lessons that are beyond classrooms, that are beyond the textbooks that we study in class. I want to thank Stanbic Bank for that. I managed to have the privilege to walk through the streets of South Africa, through the streets of Johannesburg, to know the history of South Africa and learn about the history of Mandela, to know the vibrant culture of South Africa, away from the words that we learn from classrooms, that South Africa, yes, has a vibrant culture. I managed to go to South Africa and see the vibrant culture. I also managed to witness the legacy of Mandela as well. I managed to learn the first-hand about, like, to get the knowledge, the first-hand knowledge of the resilience and the struggle that people of South Africa went through. And I learned that progress is born from, like, determination and struggle. It's not like sitting in your comfort zone, that is where you're going to get the progress. I learned that progress comes from the struggle and determination we have. That is where the progress comes from. I also learned from the people I met, people from different backgrounds, that it is not just us. It is not just my background. It's not just people from my background. There are also other people in the areas we study. And I got an opportunity to stay in a global community, like away from the community I stay in, away from that comfort zone I stay in. I learned to be in a global community from the people I stayed with. I also learned that it is not the textbooks we have in class. It is the journeys, the stories, the conversations we have with these people that also teach us. We learn from them. That is what a global society is. That is what a global community is. I also learned that we learn from the places, the people, and the history of the places we are in. Yeah. I want to thank Stanbic Bank. I want to thank the parents. And a word from you, from St. Augustine, is that the life we live in is a book. And if you do not travel, you read one page of it. Thank you.
Good morning to our dear guests and my fellow students, the patron teachers. Luiga Walda Hadija from Smaya Girls High School, the champion of the last battle. My victory did not only end at Mistil, at Nobview, at Seroma. It took me to South Africa. I learned a lot from there. The experience from the Seth, the one that was in the movie of Sarafina, to see how other countries are developed from Uganda. I learned a lot that I just can relate to what I'm seeing now. than tell you the whole story. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jemima and Walda.
And actually, before they leave, as Stanbic Bank High School, we have a special gift for our dear students. Once again, clap for them. Where is the compound prefect? Come bring that gift. You know, Napoleon Bonaparte said men are led by toys. So let us award our students. Can you run very fast before the gift expires? This is a special gift. As a Stanbic Bank High School, we sat as a staff room and said, the gift you deserve is some chipoli. Use it very well. Thank you so much. Clap for them once again. Yes, senior one, are you okay? Are you in class? Are you a parent or student? Some of you are parents and students. Yes, at this moment then, you know, teachers also matter. Do we have some teachers here? Teachers, you know, they normally say that teachers confuse students and students confuse what? A teacher comes to class and say, class, Kirawati, Musa entered the church without shoes. Without what? Head boy, start with the shoes before I invite teachers. Musa entered the church without shoes. Begin that sentence with the shoes. Shoes. Shoes? Let me go to... Yes, Musa entered the church without shoes. One must start with the shoes.
Shoes entered without Musa.
Shoes entered without Musa. You should go back to your mother's womb for further development. At this moment, allow me to invite fellow teachers. Do we have Mr. Isingoma Albert Cook from Trinity College in Nabingo? Yes, hey. They confuse and they confuse. Yes, Mr. Isingoma Albert Cook from Trinity College in Nabingo and Ronald Musasi from Kaboja International School. Come and we face our problems. All right, clap for them once again as they come. Thank you so much. Now you can address fellow students, our students.
This is where you can be seen. Thank you very much. I will write on the protocol already observed. A very good morning to you all. A very good morning to you all.
What happened? Is it because
a very good morning to you all.
No, it's because of Arsenal, maybe.
Thank you for the invitation. My name is Singoma Albert Cook. I'm a teacher of history from Trinity College, Nabingo. I had prepared a lot, but I think I won't be able to have enough time. My journey with Stanbic Bank started when I was still a teacher at London College of St. Lawrence. I continued with it to Light Turkish and Entebbe. I continued again with it to King's College Bordeaux, where I was in charge. And then finally to Trinity College, Nabingo. A lot has been learned throughout all those years. So today, I prepared something small because when I decide to talk, I'll spend an hour here. So today, we stand on the threshold of something extraordinary. This championship is not just competition. It is a launch pad for the next generation of Ugandan leaders. Under the banner of investment, innovation, and entrepreneurship, Students will turn ideas into impact, challenges into opportunities, and dreams into legacies. For the lucky ones, we are yet to find out. Yes, we are here, we are invited, but we are yet to find out whether Trinity College is among those schools. You will be going to the boot camp, where several topics on business modeling, financial literacy, investment, entrepreneurship, mental health will be given. It's not just about money. It is about investing in yourself. Every shilling saved, every skill learned, every relationship built is a seed for tomorrow as you learn to spot opportunities. I always tell fellow teachers and patron teachers when we come for this competition that yes, our target is being number one. Our target is going to South Africa. I've been to South Africa 7 times, but who would not want a free journey sponsored by Stanbic Bank? But I've always told them that everyone is a winner. Even when you're not number one, the skills which are got will definitely make you a winner. Innovation is where you will shine. You are problem solvers. Your fresh ideas will disrupt and delight, and entrepreneurship will be that fire which will turn the vision into victory. To Stanbic Bank and Startup Africa, thank you for this initiative as part of the corporate social investment, for creating youth empowerment platform, for fostering job creation mindset, innovation, and life skills, and connecting schoolwork to real-world economic challenges. Your belief in our students mirrors the spirit of true partnership. Remember, to our patron teachers, ours is to guide, not to gatekeep, nurturing these sparks into flames. To the students who are going to participate, the world is watching. Uganda needs your investment to build wealth. Uganda needs your innovation to leapfrog, and your entrepreneurship guild to create jobs for the millions. So step up, compete, collaborate boldly, and let's make 2026 a year Ugandan schools redefine success. Let this championship launch not just be for winners, but also becoming world changers, powering innovation for job creation, for God and my country. Thank you. And before me are ladies who gave me company. Just in a second, just the name and the class.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mogisha Lysandra, a student from Trinity College Nabingo. And I am in Senior 5B, that's the arts class. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nantana Andrea from Senior 5B, and I do arts.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kemigisa Valeria, 5B.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Asingore Lilat from 5B2.
In respect of protocol, a good day to you all. My name is Mwanga Disha, doing history, entrepreneurship, geography. Thank you.
And finally, I'll leave you with a quote. If your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough. If your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough. Yours, Albert Cook Yisingoma, Trinity College Nabingo. Thank you.
A big round of applause for Albert Cook Yisingoma. By the way, Uganda's first female CEO of Stanbic Bank was an old girl of Trinity College Nabingo, so be very proud of yourselves. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Ronald.
Good morning. Good morning. It's fine. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ronald. I come from Kaboja International School. Participating in the Stanbic National Schools Championship has been a truly rewarding experience for me, both as a teacher and as a mentor to our students. Having taken part before, and now returning again this year, I have come to appreciate that this competition is about more than winning. It is about growth, it is about exposure, it is about transformation. It creates a platform where students are challenged to think critically, work collaboratively, and step outside their comfort zones. One of the most impactful aspects for me has been witnessing the confidence that the students develop throughout the process. You see learners who may start off unsure of themselves, gradually find their voice, contribute ideas, and take ownership of their learning. That is, transformation is powerful. For the students, the championship builds resilience, discipline, and teamwork. They learn how to handle pressure, how to communicate effectively, and how to compete with integrity. These are life skills that go far beyond the classroom. As a teacher, the experience has also pushed me to grow. It has challenged me to guide rather than direct, to listen more, to create an environment where students feel empowered to lead and innovate. Returning this year, I'm excited not just about the competition, but for the journey, the learning, the opportunity to shape well-rounded and confident young people. And it is at this moment that I request every one of us in the auditorium to rise up. Can we rise up and appreciate Miss Diana and the team? Let's appreciate Miss Diana and the team. You can now resume your seats, because this is not just a competition, it is a platform for grooming our future innovators in the country. I thank you so much. Feel at home. May the battle start. I thank you.
Teacher Ronald just did a mic drop. Let the battle begin. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Okay, let's take a photo opportunity. Kindly move to the center, ladies. Kaboja International. Please come and join the teacher for a photo moment. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize all the other patron teachers in the room. If you could just stand up. The National Schools Championship would not succeed without what you do in the schools. Thank you very much. That is Teacher Hashim, if you could stay standing. He's the award-winning patron teacher, and he also got a chance to go to South Africa. Thank you. Teacher Linda, please stand up. Thank you very much. Mengo SS, if you could just stand up. Chibuli SS, your patron teacher. Thank you for supporting young Ugandans. Thank you very much. We do not execute this. Oh, Teacher Peter at the back there for Gayaza High School. Thank you. We do not execute the National Schools Championship alone. We have partners that walk the journey with us. Last year we had NEMA, and they had the Ozone Moment, where they engaged the participants in a quiz, and they were able to walk away with cash prizes. We also have roofings that gives us tree seedlings that we distribute in the schools to keep our country green. They are not present in the room. They were supposed to have a speaking opportunity, but we will continue with the program. I'd like to invite our executive head, Business and Commercial Banking, Mr. Tunde Thorpe, to address us. You're most welcome, Tunde. May we give Tunde a big round of applause? This is me making sure the energy is high up there. It's the 11th season, right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, everyone. Let me start by welcoming our chief guest, chairperson of the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Council, Madam Allen Kajina. Thank you for honoring us. Head teachers, patron teachers, our implementing partners in the house, the brilliant students, innovators all gathered here today, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to this occasion. My name is Tunde Thorpe, and I look after one of the client segments of the bank, which we refer to as business and commercial banking. I think after Diana's team, we're the ones that are most passionate about the National Schools Championship in the bank. And the reason is not far-fetched. The education sector is one of the sectors that we focus on within business and commercial banking on the one hand. On the other hand, we also look after small and medium enterprises. Therefore, when your ideas transform into businesses, we are the ones that will be on standby to support you to scale and to grow. So I'm looking forward to it. I sat there in my seat listening to some of the presentations and some of the clips that were played earlier, and I couldn't help but feel a bit of envy, wishing that when I was in secondary school, there was a Stanbic National Schools that I could have participated in. But oh well, that's life. But I'm counting on everyone here, everybody that has the opportunity to participate, to take real advantage of it. Allow me to begin with a reflection on who we are as a bank, because at the end of the day, our identity does shape our commitments. This year, Stanbic Bank Uganda marks 35 years of driving Uganda's growth. Now, 35 years may sound like a long time, but in truth, 35 is still young, energetic, ambitious, and constantly evolving. And that is exactly who we are. A bank that keeps pushing boundaries, keeps learning, keeps innovating, and more importantly, keeps growing. It is this youthful spirit that connects us so strongly to Uganda's young people, such as the students we have here today. The people who make up the majority of our population. As you all know, Uganda has a very youthful population. We see in them the same hunger to grow, to create, and to shape the future differently. This is why we invest deliberately and consistently in the youth. But our story does not end there. Whilst we are 35 years young in Uganda, we are also part of the Standard Bank Group, Africa's largest commercial bank, a group that this year celebrates 165 years of driving Africa's growth. And our winners last year, I'm sure, can attest to what they saw at Standard Bank in South Africa. That is a legacy built on resilience, scale, and a deep understanding of the continent's economic journey. So, when you put these two identities together, a youthful, agile Ugandan bank backed by a 165-year-old African institution, you get a powerful combination. Young enough to move fast and experienced enough to move with purpose. It is this combination that gives us both the confidence and the responsibility to invest in Uganda's future. And one of the clearest expressions of that commitment is this event, the Stanbic National Schools Championship, which is now in its 11th year. For more than a decade, this program has done something very profound. It has challenged young people to rethink their future, not as job seekers, but as job creators. and the results obviously speak for themselves. For the 2026 edition, we received nearly 1,000 entries across the Student Spark and Business Fellowship categories. 1,000, that's a huge number. This remains the highest number in the history of this program. This is not just growth in participation, it is an evidence of a mindset shift that is occurring. Uganda's youth are no longer waiting for opportunity. They are building it. Over the years, the championship has grown in every dimension: the number of schools, the volume of ideas, and most importantly, the quality of the innovations being showcased. But the numbers alone do not tell the full story. The real story is the impact. To date, the championship has reached over 600,000 students, engaged more than 500 schools, and supported the creation of over 200 registered enterprises. I think that is a noteworthy achievement, if you ask me. These are not theoretical outcomes. These are real businesses creating jobs, generating income, paying taxes, and contributing to Uganda's development. This is why the championship sits at the heart of our positive impact agenda, which focuses on financial inclusion, enterprise development and job creation, integrated infrastructure investment, and climate resilience. You then begin to see how the championship ties directly into this focus. The championship directly advances enterprise development and job creation, while increasingly nurturing innovations that support sustainability and climate resilience in the short to medium term. The championship directly, this year's theme, Powering Innovation for Job Creation, is just appropriate. Because at the end of the day, the future of our economy depends on how well we are able to transform our learners into earners and ideas into scalable enterprises. So, this is not just a competition. Sorry about that. So, this is not just a competition for us. It is a pipeline that feeds directly into the real economy. And we have seen this through some of the innovations emerging from the program. Last year's winners from Sumaya Girls School developed a solution addressing urinary tract infection diagnosis, tackling a real and pressing health challenge in our society today. And for those that came early, you would have seen some of the other videos and some of the ideas that were flaunted. As a bank, we are committed not just to recognizing talent, but also to enabling it. I am therefore pleased to confirm that the fully funded international learning trip to South Africa will as well continue for this year's winners. Let me repeat that. The winning team will earn a fully sponsored trip to South Africa. I can see the Sumaya girls talking to themselves. I think they're targeting to get it a second time. So all the others, be on the lookout. Why is this important? It's because we know in today's society, exposure also matters a lot. It goes beyond what we learn in the classroom. The exposure shapes ambition. It broadens perspective. It accelerates growth. But beyond the prizes, what matters most is the experience, the learning, the collaboration, and the opportunity to build something meaningful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can feel the excitement and possibility in this room. Can you all? Is it exciting? Good. This 11th edition promises to be bigger, bolder, and more impactful than ever before. And so it is with great pride that I officially flag off the 11th edition of the National Schools Championship, a program that continues to grow in scale, in impact, and in ambition. To all the participants, think boldly, innovate fearlessly, build solutions that transform communities and create jobs. Because the future of our economy is not somewhere ahead of us. It is already in this room. Thank you, and good luck to all the students and your respective schools.
Thank you. A bigger round of applause for Tunde. By the way, we're airing this live on the Stanbic YouTube page. So if you're not smiling, people around the world are watching you. But yes, Tunde, the first time I also interacted with the program, I was jealous. Because, and it's one thing when you're in the boardroom, and it's another when you go to the field and interact, and the way the young learners are explaining and the impact, it's quite something. Thank you for the commitment of a trip. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Is it going back to Sumaya Girls School? Okay, we'll find out in August, but we'll progress. Our next speaker was appointed the chairperson of the TVET Council in the Ministry of Education and Sports last year. As the chairperson, she oversees collaboration of the team with sector skill councils, which are industry-led bodies responsible for helping to develop relevant curricula and professional qualifications. The council is also a key player in implementing the new TVET policy, which seeks to make vocational training more responsive, inclusive, and employment-focused. Clearly, that is aligned to one of the purpose of the National Schools Championship. In her previous appointment, she was the executive director and board member of UNRWA, a position she held since May 2015 until December 2024. She was responsible at UNRWA for managing and foreseeing development and maintenance of the national network of roads that provide access to primary growth areas of the country, as well as connectivity with the East African region. She was also the Commissioner General and board member of the Uganda Revenue Authority, and she has been at the helm of the transformation of the Uganda Revenue Authority and UNRWA. She's an accomplished speaker in leadership matters and is passionate about corporate transformation. She holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from Macquarie University, a master's degree in public admin from the University of Liverpool, United Kingdom, and a master's degree in organizational leadership from Uganda Christian University. There are adjectives that you can use to describe this lady, and some of them include integrity, excellence, and transformation. Let's put our hands together for our chief guest, Miss Allen Kajina. I like that, Albert. Please keep it up, ladies.
Thank you so much. Executive Head of Business and Commercial Banking and other leaders from Stanbic Bank, teachers, head teachers, trainers, students, good morning. First of all, I want to thank God for this invitation to participate at the launch of the National Schools Competition. I thank God because there are not many that get the opportunity you got to be part of those who win these prizes, but also because it is foundational in the future of the children and the future of the nation. So just to be here and to witness this is a blessing to me, and I thank God for it. I'm really impressed. I have a speech, but I want to say a few off cuff. By the confidence that I saw of students who speak with knowledge, not coached, but from conviction. Well done, those of you who have spoken, both on the video and here. I can tell you that the world outside there waits to see for confidence in us. Sometimes you have a great idea, but that timidity holds you back and somebody else passes by you. So in everything that you're doing, build the confidence that takes you to the next level. I congratulate the last year's winners. And I look forward, I do, well done. I look forward to hearing the results of this year's competition. The journey is indeed exciting. And to see the participating schools, it would have been good to hear the entire list of all those participating. But my school is there, Gayaza High School, well done. It's good to see that they're in the room, always leading. Huh? So we are here this morning for the National Schools Competition, the 11th edition of a program that brings together secondary and vocational schools to identify real problems. I was just thinking as I sat there, how in my day we had school competitions, but they were for things like singing and dancing. I remember as a young girl going to the National Theatre, leading my school, terrified, standing on that big stage. I don't think we won anything. We went back but said, we got a certificate for participating. What you're getting here is not a certificate for participating. It is a real step into solving Uganda's problems and designing Uganda's future. So you are standing at a very critical moment in your country. The competition is designed to foster innovation, entrepreneurship among young people through mentorship and structured training. So it's not just a competition, it is a training opportunity. Let me put this into context. Young people, these are statistics you should hear. Uganda remains a young country. Over half of our population, which is 45.9, I think, are below 18 years. Very young country. But we also have another challenge. Our employment rate, those who will get jobs, are only 12%. What will happen to the others? And it rises, this unemployment rate of 12% is for the entire population. But when you go to the young people, it rises to 16% unemployment. And even more importantly, if you had a pen, you'd write these things down so that you don't become part of these statistics. About 42.6% of our youth, they are not in employment. In other words, they are not working. They are not in any school. They are not in any education. They are not in training. Where are they? That tells us the issue is not just jobs, because you hear again and again young people saying there are no jobs. We have looked for jobs. There are no jobs. I don't think that actually is the problem. The problem is the transition from education to opportunity. When you've finished your A-levels and done your first degree and your second and however many degrees you want to get, is there a direct line to a job or to employment? That is exactly the kind of environment we need to build across the country, where learning is practical, it is hands-on, and it is directly linked to work. Students should not leave school worried what's going to happen to them, or parents wondering, what am I going to do with these S6 leavers? There should be a level of certainty that once you finish training, you are linked to employment, or you become an employer. So at the TVET Council, where I have the privilege to chair, we are a regulatory body. We are established by law to oversee and promote employer-led vocational education. I'm hoping that the students here who are in secondary school will add to their education a skill, a training. You should get your grades, go to university, but don't just graduate with a certificate. Graduate with a skill that automatically allows you to do something with your hands that earns you money. Programs like the Stanbic National Schools Competition are important because they introduce that way of thinking. You go through mentorship, you work in teams, you develop ideas, you refine them, you incubate them, then you present them. In that process, you begin to build confidence, discipline, and the ability to think through real problems. So even as you put down your ideas, let them not just be ideas to win, let them be ideas to solve a current problem in our community. You learn that an idea is not enough. You must develop it, you must test it, you must improve it, and then you must convince Stanbic. I've also had my own engagements with Stanbic, and I appreciate my personal relationship with them because they are my banker. But I've worked with Stanbic over a long time. In my career, both at URA and UNRA, where they were bankers for both institutions. And I can tell you they do a good job. They are good for their word. The fact that they have set money aside, it is not money which is free, hanging, waiting to be spent. It is a real investment. Investing into Uganda's future, investing into young lives. Because for some of you, your lives will never be the same. Once you've innovated something and it has been scaled and it is solving a current problem, your name will be written in the history of our nation. So what we are seeing here is 11 years of this program is a reflection of that commitment by the bank. Over that period, the fact that the championship has reached 600,000 students and teachers, that's a staggering figure over these 11 years. And created 200 businesses. I don't know of any other competition in the country that actually does that. So well done, Mr. Executive Director. We need to be clear about this challenge. That youth unemployment is not just about jobs. It is about preparedness. That young people are equipped to create value. That they can apply what they have learned. That they can work with others to build something that works. Because that is what the economy requires. That is why the shift we are making in education is important. Through the competence-based curriculum now being implemented across secondary and vocational institutions, we are moving from education for certification to education for capability, for innovation, for productivity. This is well aligned with our Vision 2040, our National Development Agenda. It is well aligned with the Sustainable Development Goal 4, which is in quality education. I hope you learn about this in school. SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth. And SDG 5, which is in gender equality. All of these emphasize youth empowerment and skills development. Young people are ready. They are eager. They are looking for opportunities to do more than just sit in a classroom. So to the students here today, let me just keep it simple. Dream boldly. Do not let anyone hold you back and tell you that you're just dreaming. Dream on. Dream big. But work practically. Don't build castles in the air. Be practical. Collaborate with others. There's strength in numbers. Test your ideas. No idea is foolish. Put it out there, let it be tested. Every innovation, the great innovators, all of them started with an idea to solve a real life problem. Use this platform not just for competition. It is good to win. So what after winning? Just discover what you're capable of. Some of your ideas may seem small today, but if you stay with them and keep improving, they become something real, something that creates value and even employment for others. So thank you, students. Thank you, Stanbic. 11 years of sustained investment is not a small commitment. It is a real contribution to national development. And I speak to other institutions to do likewise, to step into this space and build school competitions that create innovations that become solutions in our country. When I hear the numbers that 1,000 competed or compete and only 200 win, I'm just thinking of the 800. What happens to them? They may try again next year. Perhaps partnership with other institutions will allow this number to go from 200, maybe double to 400, and give others a chance to give us the solutions we've been waiting for. Let me end with this. We often speak about the future as if it is ahead, but the reality is different. The future of Uganda is already here, in the young people in this room, and the question is whether we are preparing them well enough. So I wish all participating schools, teachers, and students the very best in this year's championship. For God and my country, I thank you.
A bigger round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for such inspirational remarks. Thank you very much, Ellen. I think the Gayaza High School girls, their collars are up. Two great OGs in the room. But no, each of you in the room, we consider you to be very great individuals. Thank you very much, Ellen. We have Nshuti in the room. Where's Elliot? Where's Ashraf? Alan, the gentlemen that I have asked to stand up have running businesses. Nshuti completed university and is a financial fitness trainer. Ashraf over there has a company called Matatu Ads. And when you're in town and you see adverts at the back of taxis, he's one of the brains behind it. Together with Edward, they have a school bike project, and this school bike allows learners of their age to hire bicycles to transport them from home to school and back. So amazing stuff. We have Elliot. Elliot is not in the room. He's a student of law at the university, but he has a parking business downtown and he employs people. So we have, yes, we have real businesses. Congratulations, gentlemen. The National Schools Championship has also benefited from a partnership with the Ministry of Education, and we are privileged this morning to have the Commissioner, Secondary Education. Juliet, you're most welcome to address us. Thank you very much. Our energy levels, ladies and gentlemen, let's clap. Thank you very much. Yes. Please, Juliet, you're welcome.
the ED, Business and Commercial Banking, Stanbic Bank, Mr. Tunde Topi. The Head of Commercial Banking, Madam Melissa Nyakwera. Our Chair of the Council, TVES Council, and our mentor. The staff, Stanbic Bank, the head teachers and teachers present, the students that have been in this for 11 years and today, the media, ladies and gentlemen. As you heard, my name is Muzora Ataire Juliet, Commissioner for Government Secondary Education at the Ministry of Education and Sports. As ministry, we are very, very delighted to be part of this journey, 11 years today, that we join Stanbic Bank to celebrate the achievers. We've had the business, the innovators, and the thinkers. Like the previous speaker said, the future of this nation is today, and the future of this nation is the student and the youth and the young people that this nation is proud of. For it is this group that makes a bigger percentage of our national population. I bring you warm greetings from the Ministry of Education and Sports. And as ministry, we acknowledge the contribution of Stanbic Bank Uganda in nurturing our young people and in partnering with the Ministry of Education and Sports to ensure that we deliver quality education, skilling, and sports for all, as is our vision. I also express great appreciation for having been invited to be part of this great occasion. We would like to, as Ministry of Education and Sports, and as a department that directly deals with secondary education, where this team belongs, would like to greatly appreciate and acknowledge the importance of this National Schools Championship, especially in the contemporary times where it is well aligned with the competence-based curriculum, where we are no longer giving education to empty vessels, but where the student is in the center of the learning and skilling, pedagogical implementation of our education. The National Schools Championship program is a great transformative national platform that aligns so well with Ministry of Education and Sports and Government of Uganda priorities on skilling, innovation, and empowerment of the youth. And I would like all of us to reflect on our Vision 2040, where as a nation, we are focusing and putting our hearts and our hands to ensuring that we work together innovatively, committedly, to move our economy from subsistence economy to middle income status, from peasantry economy to middle income status. Stanbic Bank, like any other banks, has been keeping money that for those who have worked have been able to get and keep. But for these 11 years, would like to applaud you, Stanbic Bank, for coming out of the bank chambers, if I may say, to the schools, to the field, to empower our young people, to empower our communities, to empower our future today, to ensure that we put our hands into what can generate the money that we can keep with you. We applaud you for being a role model in private, corporate, public partnership and ensuring that all this is centered on education. We thank you, and especially ensuring that our secondary school learners come on board, for we know that secondary education is the foundational level for people's career development, people's identity and personality development, and like the previous speaker mentioned, that dream big and live that big. So when Stanbic Bank holds your hand, don't just keep waiting for it to hold your hand. Know that you can get there. Think big, dream big, work big, plan big, and be the entrepreneur that this world will always remember. The National Schools Championship, like I earlier mentioned, is well aligned with the national education goals, with the NDP, National Development Plans, and with the SDGs. And now that we are in this competence-based curriculum, right from primary education, secondary, lower secondary, and now for the transitional upper secondary curriculum, which will be totally reviewed come 2028. For now, we are implementing the transitional abridged competence-based curriculum at A level, which all require this competence-based education requires that we think outside the box and we work outside the box in the matters of entrepreneurship, innovation, digital literacy, and the 21st century skills, and skilling for employability and job creation. I happened to have been a head teacher when this was rolled out in secondary schools, and so I know what I'm talking about, other than being a support supervisor. I saw what learners could create through the boot camps and the trainings that Stanbic Bank would give them. And these align so well with the requirement of the competence-based curriculum, where there has to be collaboration, where there has to be teamwork, where there has to be innovation, critical thinking. I hope that the themes still expect that these learners look at the social problem and then think out a solution, practical solution, that can address the social problem, but also empower these young students to earn and generate income. And there was a lot of pleasure in the schools that I was in then, because we got to know that we had a potential. Students would come up with businesses. They would address, in one of the schools we had, where we had the girls. I come from, like the previous speaker is an old girl of Gayaza High School. I'm not an old girl of Gayaza High School, but I'm an old girl of another greater school called Weranyanji Girls Senior Secondary School. And so the girls at O level would keep their hair, would have their hair short, and the girls at A level would have their hair, long, natural and long. And Stanbic came in to do more pleasure to the girls. The whole school was amazed and excited when a business was hatched, that they would begin natural handling of the hair. And of course, that was a very big population where the students would go in, have their hair naturally treated, and then they had committees, and I was a patron, and then the others had entrepreneur business of making eats. And they would all work together. They would all work together. They would keep their money. They would balance the books. They would have receipts. They would, have the statements, monthly statements. And that was great training. And when we talk about skilling the youth and moving from the peasant economy to middle income, and these people are in the middle of it, like they are in the center of their learning and teaching process now with competence-based. There is identity. There is the pride that goes with it. There is the patriotic practices where there is identity and they love what I'm doing and they have to preserve their businesses. There is accountability. There is financial literacy. There is confidence. There is marketing. There is all that you can think about, but more so, there is problem solving and innovation. So, the future, which is today, of our country and Africa and the world at large, because we are in a global economy now, is to ensure that we nurture creativity, we support problem-solving minds, and we enhance entrepreneurial skills for the young citizens. The role of innovation in national development is key. Innovation is no longer optional at whichever age. So we applaud you, Stanbic Bank, for even when these students are in schools and they are innovating and addressing issues, that teachers and the communities and the families where these children come from also learn that you can't sit because innovation is no longer optional. The young people are key drivers of Uganda's socio-economic transformation. And so as we celebrate today, we celebrate the past National Schools Championship. For every school that has taken part in this, I know it is a process. And for every school that has admired, and for every learner outside the schools that have practically taken part, but who has learned some good practice from these championships, we applaud you and we say, keep it up, keep it up. And for those that are here today, you're very, very privileged, but would like you to carry the candle of innovation into your school. Carry that candle with the identity that you can make it and you have the solution. That even when your project may be at sieving level, does not go through today, it will go through when you stick on. Do not give up. Let it not be a show for a competition, but challenge yourself to make yourself better. Normally, there is little space in such when it comes to competition, but there is wider and endless space for you to expound on your potential. So, as we celebrate the past National School Championships, as we celebrate you, Stanbic Bank, not just for this innovation, but for the excellent practice, for coming out of your ties and coats and suits of Stanbic Bank and mingling up with the young people and the communities, you are lighting the candle of development. You're shooting right into the Vision 2040 of this nation, so that we move from receiving and we move to creating. Once again, I appreciate you, Stanbic Bank, for the sustained investment, because I know that there is investment in this. Even today, there is a lot of investment in this. We thank you. I don't know whether that is corporate social responsibility, but thank you for investment, because it is investment that yields the fruit. When you invest in agriculture, you're able to get the fruit. There is a difference. You invest, but you have to sustainably maintain. So as Stanbic Bank invests in this championship, we call upon schools and the learners that have participated in the past today and in the future to ensure that there is sustainability, that there is the tenfold growth of this championship, that it doesn't end on the table of the clustered schools, teams that are working on their project, but we carry it home into our community and we sustain development, we sustain entrepreneurship, we sustain skilling, we sustain hard work. All this is pivoted on commitment, discipline to do it well, and hard work, to work together as a team. I recognize Stanbic Bank's commitment to inclusive growth. Inclusive growth, regardless of where you come from. This championship has been spread out throughout the country. We thank you, Stanbic Bank. And I appeal to you that be intentional to bring on our schools, for example, island-based, the vulnerable schools, Karamoja region, you know, those so-called difficult to reach and maybe to stay, so that you give more meaning to the students there, to the communities there, because your investment supports not only the students in this, the schools in this, but also the communities. There is one investment that is more rated to me, and that is the training. This training is for posterity, and regardless of where you belong, regardless of your height and skin color, regardless of your academic grades, this training you will carry for life. Even when you're my age, you will have a skill that will earn you bread. You will have a mind that will be open to look at the challenge and turn it into a golden opportunity to grow the economy, to grow your income, to think and make meaning out of what was thought of to be meaningless. We thank you, the bank, for your commitment, again, to inclusive growth, skills development, and national building that is so aligned, well aligned with our vision, with our goals of education, with our national vision. I would like to encourage more private sector actors so that in addition to Stanbic Bank Uganda, in addition to secondary schools, we have other players come on board. This is mentorship that Stanbic Bank is doing to the learners, to the communities, and also to the other players. So I encourage you to take on the challenge and come on so that we together hold hands to ensure we leap into the future that will be taking us to middle income economy. To the schools and students, I encourage you to fully participate in this championship. I challenge you to embrace innovation, teamwork, and entrepreneurship. I remind you that the skills you gain here will shape your future, which is today, but will shape your future careers and opportunities, like you have seen those mentors that have been introduced. I would like you to nurture right attitudes and values, because if you don't have the positive energy to protect yourself and know that all this is for your future, then we shall be wasting our time. So young people, I encourage you to nurture right attitudes and values so that even when you go for your boot camps, when you go into your businesses, you keep your mind on what matters. As a ministry, we reaffirm our support to this program and others that really come in to enhance practical learning and innovation. And as you've heard, we are on curriculum reforms to emphasize that the learner is in the center and the learner is given the opportunity to expound on their skills and potential. And we are calling upon everybody to support the curriculum and we thank you, Stanbic. I encourage Stanbic Bank that we continue with this collaboration, and I call upon all the other partners to join hands. And for your innovations, I know you go through the boot camps, but I also encourage you to register your innovations, have them secured. And I know Stanbic Bank will help you to that effect so that nobody steals your star. Could be having a good idea, but some bigger or some, captures it and takes it away. Finally, I would like to congratulate you, Stanbic Bank, on launching this 11th edition of the championship. And I express confidence that this year's cohort will produce even more impactful innovations. And at this moment of pleasure, I would like to declare the 11th National Stanbic Bank Championship launched and opened for God and my country.
Thank you very much, Ms. Juliet. I'm going to request that you stay on stage, and then I'll invite the executive head of business and commercial banking. I'm trying to avoid the abbreviations. There are many. We abbreviate it as BCB. Tunde, you're welcome. Miss Allen Kajina, kindly join him. Melissa, kindly join them. Our head of marketing is in the room. She's also called Diana. Diana, kindly join the team up here. I'll invite the head of iLead. Please come. In case you're wondering what Flex Your Genius is about, last year was the battle of the champions. This year, we are challenging you to flex your genius. We're trying to be trendy like you guys, right? Your generation. That's why we're using such terms. But allow me also just give detail about the prizes. For those who haven't experienced National Schools Championship, the first school walks away with a prize worth 20 million shillings. The learners get laptops and the teacher gets some pocket money. The second school wins 10 million shillings. Of course, the winner will also get a fully funded trip to South Africa. The second school gets 10 million shillings towards the school. The learners get laptops. The teacher gets some pocket money. Number 3 and number 4, they get scholastic materials. The learners get laptops. The teachers get some pocket money. People are looking at themselves. You're looking forward to the prizes. You can be the next winner. But I think just to kindly stay, we're going to select the schools that are making it. Yes, I think like the previous speaker said, those are great wins. But the best win for us is who you become as you are part of the Stanbic National Schools Championship. I promise you, you do not live the same. Thank you very much. Director.
Yes. I'm here with students from Katwe. This is the moment, isn't it? This is the moment. This is what? The moment. This is the moment. Is the pressure increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. If the pressure is increasing, my mother is a policewoman, my father is a policeman. Join the two sentences beginning with the both.
Both my mother and my father.
Is the pressure increasing? Gayaza High School, pressure increasing, decreasing? Decreasing. Where is Kaboja International? Kaboja, decreasing or increasing? This is the moment that the Lord has made. Dana, move on.
We will rejoice and be glad in it.
Amen.
So, we have been talking about 200 schools that are making it to the boot camp. Do you think your school is among them? Do you think your school is among them? So we invited our guests. Yes.
Sumaya, That what?
Okay. We've invited our guests to pick the first 10 schools, and then after that, we're going to show on the screen the schools that are going to make it. Ashraf, I'm going to invite you to the stage. Please come and open up that box. Each of our guests is going to pick up something and then we're going into the reveal. DJ, do you have some, you know that music, heartbeats? We want to find out. The pressure is actually increasing, right? It's increasing. Okay. That is the moment. Please bring the box. Let each guest pick one of those balls in there, and then we shall come to them to tell us. They'll open it and read out the name of the school. Valentine, we request that you come up. Please come up. Where is Laura? Laura, please come up. Laura and Joshua, these are our implementing partners this season. Please come up and be a part of this process. Joshua, Troy, kindly come to the stage. Okay, now we're going to pick the microphone. I'm going to do this. We're going to put this in the center. Kindly walk up and tell us which school you have selected. We'll start with you, Valentine. Please walk up and read the school.
Hello. Aga Khan High School.
Congratulations, Aga Khan. Joshua, please tell us which school has made it to 200 coming to flex their genius at the bootcamp.
Hello, Patico Seed SS.
Juliet is very happy to hear Patico. Yes, Judy.
Yes, hello. This is Dr. Oboti College, Boroboro, Northern Uganda.
Yes, Diana.
Shekina Glory Christian International School.
And the lucky school participating in Flex Your Genius is Kampala Diplomatic International School, Central Uganda.
And this one is Chevambe Girls Secondary School.
Good morning. Hamdan Girls High School, Eastern Uganda.
Hello. Chitabi Seminary, Western Uganda.
Oh, was the beat intentional? St. Peter's College, Tororo, Eastern Uganda. Congratulations.
Can we hear the hearts beating? Chigezi High School, Western Uganda.
Thank you very much. I'm sure the schools in the room would like to know if they have made it or not. Production team, kindly play the video. We're going to have photo moments. Thank you very much. Just one last thing. Let's have photo moments and then we can take our leave. Chamber, please guide us how we run with this. We've pretty much come to the end of the launch. We want to thank you for your time, for the energy, and for making this a memorable morning. Okay? Teacher Mpamire, where are you, director? You're supposed to be a part of these photos. Okay, we're going to have photos
in the staff room
with the learners. Let's have the girls' schools. Please walk up. I don't know. I know there's Gayaza High School. There's Maya Girls. Okay, let's have, no, please stay on the stage. Let's have the schools come and we have a group photo. Please come. Yes. We want to take photos with the guests. Okay. Okay, will you see everyone? Kindly make it to the stage. All the schools present, please come for the photo moment as we wrap up the day. There are going to be some press interviews after here. Make sure you stand in between two shoulders so that we can see your photo. Okay? Okay. Where would you like the guests to stand, Tim? Is that okay? Startup team, could we please have some chairs from outside? Quickly. Would like to wrap this up. Production team. Let's have the girls' schools. I'm sorry, I'm being biased. Please come and stand down here. We would like to have everyone in the photo. Kindly move and stand just at the bottom of the stage. And then production. The guests kindly come to the front. Yes. Please move to the front a bit. Come. Okay. Please come. Okay, and then we'll have some at the sides. Let me go down so I can see. May someone come and move this table, please? This one, so that we have. Make sure you're standing in between two shoulders and you can see the directors of photography right here. Okay? Patron teachers, we invite you to join as well. Find a place. Okay. Teacher Peter, Teacher Linda, kindly join. Teacher Hashim, the reigning champion, please go and join. Okay, are we good? Are we good? Say flex your genius. Flex your genius. Let me go and join that photo. Usually I forget to be in the photos. Sound off, please. Are we okay, Chamber? Flex your genius.
Flex your genius.
Thank you. Okay. We are doing a full production today. Okay, thank you very much. We may take our seats, but also we've come to the end. I know that Uganda Christian University is in the room. Yes, let's take our seats. We're going to play a video, and the schools from Central Region are anxious for those whose names were not read. So we're going to start with the video of your region. Okay? Production team, just a moment. Our guests are just getting back to their seats. I'm sure they don't want to miss this moment. So the schools present, we have Gayaza High School, we have Chibuli SS, is it SS or college? Chibuli SS, we have Trinity College Nabingo, we have Chitante Hill, we have Mengo SS, we have Kololo SS. Thank you very much for making it here. We appreciate each and every one of you. Sumaya Girls High School, apologies I hadn't mentioned. This is Katwenur SS. They innovated a library solution for secondary schools. Okay, let us wrap this up. If you could just play Central, because the teams in the room are dying to know if they have the chance to flex their genius. Yes, media team. Congratulations to the 40 schools from Central Region making it to the boot camp. Sumaya is back. Excitement. Let's see what you have to offer this season. Okay, thank you very much. I think we can stop here. I know it's a Monday and we've held our guests here. We're going to post this on our social media platforms. Like we mentioned earlier, this is live. Miss Juliet, we're going to send you the whole list of all the schools. We made sure to cover schools as far as the farthest point of Uganda. Kalangala, yes, is there. Yes. They have great ideas. So ladies and gentlemen, would like to wrap this up. Teacher Mendo, anything from you?
Thank you so much. My name is Teacher Mpamere. I'm a teacher on stage and a teacher in class. I teach at Standardized Schools, Zana. Mengo SS. Send greetings to Mr. Mpamere Arthur. And as the president, of course, let me wind up as the president. I want to thank you, especially Stanbic Bank, for an idea that is keeping these young people very creative. And as the NRM government, we are looking at what we call job creation. So I want to thank Stanbic Bank, and I want to thank my Muzukuru Kajina. You can clap for her. I want to thank my Muzukuru Tunde. And Juliet, in Ankara, we normally say that in Korabirunji, Ebizumura, I've given each one of your cow. Thank you very much.
Teacher Mpamide, we are coming to pick those cows. Please drop the pin.
At Chankwanzi.
Thank you very much. We're going to wrap up. I think we'll ask Lizzie to lead us in a word of prayer. So we wrap up. For Juliet, for Miss Juliet and Miss Allen Kajina, we are inviting you to the boot camp. The learners are going to carry their prototypes, so we'll be able to see them. We have what we call a market challenge. We give each of the teams 50,000 shillings. They go and purchase items and they have to make a profit out of it. Amazing stuff. So we'll extend an invite and we look forward to having you throughout the journey. Tunde, Melissa, and all the Stanbic team in the room, our media team, we want to say thank you very much. Let's all go and flex our... Thank you very much. Lizzie, our word of prayer.
Good morning, yes. Good morning, everyone. I was wondering why I came here. I guess this is my purpose. I work with the marketing team. I'm the designated pastor of the marketing team. I would like to read for everybody a verse in the scripture. Psalms 127 verse 1 says, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the gods watch in vain. Now, to the participants of the National Schools Championships, for whatever project you are working on, whether you've made it to the boot camp, please trust that unless the Lord helps you build that project and sees it to fruition, you are wasting your time. So depending on what religion you subscribe to, I hope that speaks to you in one way or another, and may the Lord steward you and send the right help and resources to help you see your projects to a successful finish. So let's bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for each and every soul that's in this room. We ask, oh Lord, that you grant us wisdom as we hold the hands of the future generation as an entity and as an enabler of this project, oh Lord. We ask that you give us the wisdom to know what exactly we need to do to support the students. And we ask, oh Lord, that you send help, you send manna from heaven to enable us to bring heaven on earth. We ask that you bless our day and bless each and every project and activities we have lined up for the week. We ask that you go before us, bless our hands, and may we be reminded that we are a representation of heaven on earth, and may we act accordingly. In Jesus' name we prayed.
Amen. Thank you, Lizzie. I'd like to recognize the presence of Uganda Christian University. They are executing the scholarship program that which is part of National Schools Championship. Thank you very much, Lizzie. Okay. We ask the learners to stay in the room. Let's be upstanding for the anthems as the final part of our event. Thank you very much.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand. United, free, for liberty, together we'll always stand. Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Some of you had forgotten the school anthem, isn't it? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Learners, please stay in the room. We will release our guests. Thank you to each of you for making it here.